Good morning, everyone. This is Mark Schmidt, Superintendent of Schools for Staples Motley, with an update regarding last night's board meeting, which took place September 16th of 2013. Excuse me. The board meeting began with Steve Comerford, who is our community corrections individual. He works with our youth as well as youth in surrounding districts, kind of as an interventionist before kids get to court. A lot of times it's maybe alcohol abuse or truancy, those type of things, and Steve gave a presentation on that. And then Kyra Ladd, as a community member, gave a presentation on a concern she had regarding her daughter's scheduling. The board then approved the consent agenda item and moved on to finance, and maybe the significant thing I'll share with finance, Marcy Lord, our business manager, presented unaudited data. Excuse me again. The unaudited data, which is about as close as we get to our year-end finals, other than when the auditors get finished with our reviewing our books. Our unassigned fund balance deficit went from $264,000 to $121,000. Now, there's other areas of our budget, certainly, but that the unassigned Fund 1 is kind of what is by far the biggest part of our budget, and that's the one that I certainly keep my eye on. And so, though we are still deficit spending, or we were last year, it's good to see us to go from 264 to 128. And also, hats off to Marcy for getting those projections as close as they are. They used to be, in years past, quite a large swing, and to see roughly $140,000 difference in about a $12 million budget is pretty close. So good job for Marcy on that, and it's nice to see our dollars coming in better than we had thought. Though, like I say, it's still a deficit. It's just not as bad as we had thought. The board approved the election judges for this fall's upcoming referendum, which takes place November 5th. One of the steps the board needs to do is select and hire election judges for that, and they did that last night. And the board then moved on to personnel items and accepted the resignation from Jason Lutzik. And I'm sorry I didn't grab the second sheet of the agenda. Okay, sorry. And accepted a resignation from Kathy Wiedering. Kathy was going to be transferred from the elementary to the high school as a special ed teacher, but she had an opportunity to remain teaching with younger kids in a different district. So we wish her the best, as well as Jason. The board then went on to approving a number of contracts. And Allison Vangsness, our middle school social studies teacher, Elizabeth Matthews, who is the attendance/discipline paraprofessional in the office. That opening came about with Sandy going over to Connections High School. Sandy Addison. Brian Smith is the lead custodian at Staples Elementary. Jerome Miller as a Connections High School math teacher. Sarah Steinkoff as a school readiness teacher, and Cassie Martin as a school readiness teacher. We welcome all those new individuals to our school district. And finally, the last hire was a Mark Michael, who's not a new hire but a transfer. Mark is going to be helping out in the bus garage, as well as helping out with maintenance and grounds in our district. That position came about with some restructuring we did this spring, or that the board did this spring, freed up some dollars so that we can better address both our transportation needs and our maintenance on our buses, as well as repairs within our buildings and maintenance of our grounds. The board then accepted a resignation from Diane Heldman, who has accepted a position over at NJPA, so we wish Diane the best of luck. And permission to post for a kindergarten paraprofessional at Motley, due to both a special needs student in that class, as well as it's a little larger kindergarten, so we are hiring a paraprofessional to help out with that. Zach Etter is going to be full-time at the high school. As many of you have probably seen in the paper or have heard, our numbers are up overall as a district, particularly at the high school. To help alleviate that, to this point, what we've done is given 2 overloads to 2 teachers at the high school, and moved Zach Etter from, I think it was like a 0.85 to a full-time position. And so equivalent, what that does is gives us an equivalent of another half teacher at the high school in order to alleviate those pressures. And speaking of the student numbers, I think last count I saw as a district, our numbers are at 1205 compared to our October 1 count of 2012, and that was 1174, 1178 within those numbers. Either way, those numbers are going up. So we certainly are pleased to see that. Finally, the board adopted a policy, 610, field trips. Just gives us some guidelines as far as students taking field trips. And then there's a number of reports, written reports, which are included in the board package, which are sent out to a variety of individuals. And then they began looking at future meetings. That concludes the report regarding last night's board meeting. I hope everyone has a wonderful fall and had a wonderful, productive beginning of the school year. Take care, and if anyone needs anything, please let me know, and I'm here to help you in any way I can. Take care.